Well, good morning, everybody. Welcome to week 3 of our Com151 Introduction to Microsoft Office class. This is Mark, your instructor here. I hope that the first 2 weeks have gone well for you and that you've picked up some good information or pointers. I know that in week 1 we talked about the cloud, which is storage of our data out on the internet or at a distant location away from our physical location. We talked about some of the drawbacks for that. Some of the benefits of that, and had a good discussion there. This past week we started working in Microsoft Word, and most of the discussion was centered around placing pictures or images in the document. And we said that images or pictures in a document help the reader or our audience understand the topic that we're talking about. It can make the presentation or the paper more interesting. It can keep the reader's attention. I know that, for an example, when I walk by a magazine rack, I don't look at the words as much as I look at the pictures as it catches my attention, and so forth. So we talked a little bit about how good images can be in a good Word document. We also talked about some of the drawbacks of images. We've got to have the right image, and we've got to have it placed at the right place in the document, the right size. We need to take into account whether we're going to be printing the document. Is it going to be printed in black and white or color? We talked a little bit about copyright and that sort of thing. So images are a great tool in Word as long as we use them correctly. This coming week we'll be in Word again, and we will start talking more about fonts, which is the types of lettering that you use and the size of the letters. We'll talk about setting up paragraphs and that kind of thing. That's important because depending on your teacher, depending on your school, depending on the company that you work for, you may be required to use different size fonts, different types of fonts. You may have to set your paragraphs up different and that kind of thing. And we'll be talking a little bit about how to do all those things. Now, we have had 2 Zoom conference calls up to this point. I will schedule a 3rd one here shortly. And I just want to remind you that if you can participate in the Zoom conferences, you should do that. That way you can talk to me, have any specific questions that I can help you with. You do need audio video for the best results for that, because I usually share my screen and show you pointers and tips and things like that. If when I schedule a Zoom conference you can't attend, which is, I understand, which is totally acceptable, we do record those sessions and I send them out in the announcement section and in the email. And all you have to do is watch it, send me an email, brief summary of what we talked about, and I would update your grade. And we will continue to do that. These Zoom conferences are fairly easy to deal with. They give you a great grade in your assignments category, and I encourage you to take advantage of them. We are using Test Out, as you know, for the first time in this class, and just want to make sure that you're okay with that. It looks like everybody's okay with that. I have had a couple of questions about grades. It is supposed to grade your stuff automatically when you do it and post it into Canvas. Once in a while it doesn't. So about every other day or so I go in and I sync it manually and make it put the grades in Canvas. So if you see anything there that's not transferring, give me a day or two to sync it. And if you see that it's still not synced or not there, let me know so we can check to see if there's any problems. We have Thanksgiving week coming up. I hope that all of you will have a wonderful and blessed holiday. And I will still be around watching my email and watching things all week in case you have any problems. With that, I'll see you in class, and I hope that you have a great week.